Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Backfire Simsport TV. I'm Clyde Whiting, and tonight we bring you week 6 of the official iRacing Supercar series and the Friday night European Strength of Field race live from Daytona. In the booth with me tonight, I have Bill Switzer. Good evening.
Good evening, Clyde. Good evening, everybody.
I have Princess Pete Bingham. Good evening.
Good evening, everybody.
And creating this illusion that we call a broadcast is Mr. Sam Boozin. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone, except Clyde.
So, guys, we are at Daytona Road, and I'm going to say again because we seem to have done a hell of a lot of broadcasts from here in the last couple of months. But, you know, a track we all enjoy, a track that's very hard to get away from people because of the slipstream. We got a lot of the big names are in, and we've got a lot of new names again. Pete, we had a win for Wayne Sanderson last time out. Can he do it again?
Oh, I definitely think so. He showed last time he's got poise and he's got patience. He can make it to the end without crashing. He's not put in a decent time or any time yet, actually. I'm looking at qualifying, of course. But he's definitely got the capability. There's a number of names in here that can take it to the likes of Tony and Marco. There are a few new names. I think some of them are a little more famous than we initially realised. But it's going to be a very exciting race. I wouldn't like to try and pronounce car number 20's name because I'm sure it's missing some vowels. But his name's going to be Christoph.
Yeah, I agree with that. Bill, we talk about possible places where it goes wrong here, and turn 1 always comes up, and then coming out of the infield section back onto the banking always comes up. The bus stop we see accidents in, but we've got a different class of driver, hopefully, usually. And these guys should all be okay around here, shouldn't they?
Well, I don't know about that. It looks relatively easy, but there's a lot of places you really can mess up here. You were talking about some of the prime points, but turn 5/6, which is the right-hander at the end of the infield, is a little tricky. It's you try to overdrive that. Also, the International Horseshoe, I think they call it, which is turn 3. That's another one. You try to push too hard, you're going to go off the track. And a point you made that that you can't get away and all that stuff, but doesn't that make it interesting? Gives some of the guys a chance to maybe draft back up to guys that are a little bit faster than them, and maybe look for an opportunity to pass. So I think it's a great place for these supercars to race, and looking forward to this one as well.
Excellent. Yeah.
I'm just looking at Stuart Dick's inset picture, and it says Pete Bingham ate my hamster. That's brilliant.
It does, doesn't
and he
it?
just went off the track too. Good.
Yeah.
He must have heard you.
So, good evening to Lane, Ant McBee, Chris Jackson, Ben Cullen, and Elvis on the chat. We are currently 5 minutes into the 8-minute qualifying session. So, new names, Pete.
Yeah, cheers. Like I'm good with the old names. Yeah, cheers.
Resistance is futile. Brian Borg.
Yeah, Brian Borg. Yeah, it's amazing having a Wimbledon champion in. And then we've got Jamie Machado from somewhere in the Southern Hemisphere. I'm not going to say New Zealand or Australia because I'm bound to get it wrong. Mark Duggan, we've had him before, haven't we?
I think we have. And Oscari Rin.
Where are you reading that one?
16 to 18th at the moment. 18th. I seem to remember that name.
Yeah, he's Finnish.
Yeah. Christoph, as you said.
Yeah.
Paul Bird. Remember Paul Bird?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is he in?
He is, yes.
Oh, good effort. Nice
he's
one.
also joined V8 ESC as well.
Oh,
so,
tremendous. And have we seen Sebastian Detweiler before?
I don't think so.
No, I'm sure you don't say that his
I'm
surname that way.
sure
But
we would have called him Rottweiler, and I would have remembered that.
yeah, definitely. Yeah, that lends itself to it, doesn't it?
So, what have we got at the moment? Currently, we've got the alien that is Marco Namela sitting on provisional pole with his new 50 billion euro diamond encrusted steering wheel. Tony Kloosterman on the second step, Wayne Sanderson third, and new boy Brian Borg in fourth, and Stuart Dick in fifth. Interesting, Bill, how we got to know Stuart and Triple A through the GT4s and then the GT3s, and they've both come into this, and they're never very far apart.
No, they aren't. I think that's really a dark horse team. They seem to do things pretty well. They're not exactly new chickens either. I mean, you can tell they've driven some stuff before, and they're not doing badly on it. Supercars are a tough car to manhandle, so they've done really well, and we're glad to have them, really.
We certainly are. So, our regular viewers will know that we are keeping a unofficial scorecard for these official races. Unfortunately, Sam hasn't been able to convert it to something that we can show on the broadcast. So I'll just run you through the top five. Currently, Tony Kloosterman sits at the top of the pile with 616 points. Vincent Skilbeck, Wheelie Bins, is in second place on 412. Anthony Woodward is third with 394. Marcus Bletz is fourth with 388. And Wayne Sanderson, last week's winner, is fifth with 383. So that is the end of qualifying. No changes at the top. Let's quickly run you through the grid. So, top 12 are pole position, Marco Namela. Second, Tony Kloosterman. Third, Wayne Sanderson. Fourth, Brian Borg. Fifth, Stuart Dick. Sixth, Abdul Al Amri. Seventh, Jamie Machado. Eighth, Mark Duggan. Ninth, Vincent Skilbeck. 10th, Adam Wright. 11th, Marcus Bletz. And 12th, Sam Devantier.
And I'll do the other 12 once the screen trips over for you guys. So Lane O'Connor will go off 13th. Clearly the second half is upside down then. Ant Woodward off 14th. Marco Lewert off 15th. Nikolai Bogotyrev 16th. Mike Frost 17th. That's good, isn't it? That's a really good placing for Mike.
Way to go, buddy.
Ascari Rinner in 18th. Gary Craig in 19th. Andrew Hoffman in 20th. Christoph in 21st. Paul Bird, welcome, in 22nd. 23rd is Ben Cullen. And Sebastian Detweiler in 24th.
Okay, so we have got a rolling start tonight.
Yeah, it's a unique feature of V8s at Roval courses.
We're starting, by the looks of it, just before the bus stop.
How do you even know that?
Because I'm clever and I press the button that says track map.
Oh, I see.
Years ago, there used to be a big grandstand behind that wall. Now there's nothing.
No, that's right. That's right. We've just lost Nikolai Bogotyrev.
Oh, his connection's failed. Oh, he said on the chat, technical issue.
Yeah.
Gutted. Ah, darn it.
If he can rejoin, he can probably start from the pits quickly.
This would be a really good race for him to do a good job. I'll tell you, he could do well here.
I think with Nikolai, if he doesn't have bad luck, he doesn't get any luck.
Yeah.
Boy, isn't that the truth?
It's funny that, because I generally have 2 hopes.
The mighty V8s on their pace lap, thundering down Daytona.
They even
between
sound
turns 3 and 4.
They sound fantastic even going at these speeds, don't they?
That sounds like NASCAR cars, actually.
Yeah. Lights on.
These are better than NASCAR.
Pace car will peel off.
It peels off really erratically at this track.
Yeah.
It's like, off we go.
Just like
Like
Pete
you're
would do
driving it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I
That's
told you,
like,
I want
just
to
like
drive
Pete
that.
would do it.
There it goes.
Yeah, there it goes.
Like
Right.
speeds up, doesn't he?
Oh, and he's
Yeah,
gone.
he's gone. He's gone.
Whoa. Big jump.
Wow. Well, look, side by each going into turn 1. Tony pulls out a slight lead. Oh no, I'm sorry. He's next to Wayne. That's oh god. Marco really jumped out in the lead there.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, just
So-
seen somebody
dear.
go round.
Who's
Is
that?
that Ant?
2 gone
Ant
round
Woodward,
there.
maybe?
Yeah. Somebody coming out of pit lane.
Gary Craig.
In pit lane.
Gary Craig was the first one that I seen. He's now got no rear end on his car, I don't think.
Oh dear, that's not a good start. So that
We're-
Beyond Borg, by the way, has got the highest I rating in here, I think. Oh no, Tony's got the highest, and Brian Borg's got the second highest.
This camera's from the International Space Station.
Yeah. Oh, he's all over the back of him there, or he was.
Oh, good run there by is that Stuart
Stewart.
Dick, isn't it?
Look at
Yeah.
him. On Wayne Sanderson.
He's not going to do it though, because Wayne's clearly got no downforce on his car at all.
The inside picture of Stewart looks like he's kind of rocking back and forth trying to make the car go faster.
Yeah, but look at that screen he's got. It's about 6 miles wide.
Wow.
Still says, "People can make my hamster," though. So.
Got really thick glasses on too, doesn't he?
That's myopia taken to a ridiculous extreme.
Yeah, no kidding.
So yeah, there's Gary Craig and his damage, and we'll obviously go back and have a look.
Well, he's not at the back, so here he is. Oh, he's been taken out.
Oh, yeah, who was that? 23?
That was Sebastian Detweiler.
Right in the pit lane. How do you like that?
And then somebody else went round.
That's when
that
you
was
mentioned
Ant
Pete.
Woodward. Sorry, Bill.
That's when you mentioned Pete. Somebody's coming out of pit lane. It was Gary, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, he's proper just mashed him, hasn't he?
Not sure if he hit the guardrail though. Looked like he missed it. Maybe.
Yeah, what happened? What happened with Ant? Let's have a look here.
Ant went all on his own, I think.
No,
Or not.
Yeah, he
We
got
got
caught
some
by.
Or not. Yeah.
got some help from Oscari Rind.
Right. So, Brian Borg is now under an enormous amount of pressure from Wayne, who's in his slipstream and about to chew up some tarmac.
Now, he's got racecraft on his car.
Oh, he has? Is that one of Marco's
I
teammates?
don't know. We'll have to find out.
Yeah, we'll have to torment Marco Namela after this. And I wonder if there's any benefit to undercutting at Daytona Road. I doubt it. But I don't think Marco needs to. He's already pulled out 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, well, it's a 29 lap race tonight. I believe we're on sunset timing
Yes,
because
we
the
are,
lights
yeah.
are on. And sim
Whoa.
time is 10 to 7 in the
Hang on,
evening.
Wayne. Well, I thought
Yeah.
he had him. Not quite.
Wayne was trying the outside line and it didn't work.
He had to get out of it. He was beginning to get loose.
But Wayne putting the pressure on Brian is allowing Tony to get away a bit.
And for Stewart to close back up again.
Yeah, I was going to say, Stuart Dick's getting involved again as well.
This is tight. This is tight.
Whoa,
It
baby.
is.
I see some brake smoke.
Yeah, Lane O'Connor's attached to the back of this little queue.
I think he's kind of staying on there until they decide who's going to hit who.
Are there 2 wheelie bins cars? No.
No, just Vincent.
Yeah. Is it wrong that I preferred the paint he had before?
No, I like the other one too, Pete.
All right, that's okay then.
I thought it was a lot, what should I say, more formal and classier, really looking.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with the one he's got.
Who's you talking about?
Vincent.
Wheelie Bins, the original one.
Oh no,
Yeah.
I like that one.
You like this one?
I like this new one. Yeah, it's.
He's about to polish it off on the back of Adam Wright's car, I think.
You know, the paint job looked kind of quasi John Player Special or something, kind of. Oh, that's quite a pack.
2x2. Heading into turn 1. This usually ends in
Whoa!
some kind of...
Whoa, baby, whoa!
Yeah.
Whoa!
Oh, everything went wrong there.
Looks like Adam Wright escaped pretty luckily, though.
Yeah, Sam Devantier and he's doing Gary Craig look.
Down pit road.
If you watch the green car that tried to go through the middle, I think he might have got it done.
Right,
If it wasn't
that's
for the
Vincent.
car on the inside that wiggled under brakes.
It
Yeah,
was
he
weird.
did. He definitely
Was there
did.
net code as well in that? Or
I
not?
wondered about that too, Pete. Net code.
It'd be nice to see that again, but in slow motion, Sam. Right, so
So look, there's a gap,
there is very much a gap,
and you
big
watch
enough
it.
for a car.
Yeah, he'll drive into that gap, and then the car on the inside wiggles.
Oh, that's net code. There was
He
no
he did
actual
wiggle in.
contact.
Almost like it looked like Vincent was turning back into him a little
And
bit.
then those 2 cars
Wow,
are
look at that!
inside one another.
They went through each other. Wow.
That's just very
Hollow
unfortunate.
car.
Yeah. Have you seen Elvis's comment? He says we need 2 wheelie bins cars, a green one and a brown one, so that they can take turns on in alternating weeks. Ben, where you going, mate?
Good idea.
Yeah, Ben obviously didn't take any time to learn the track.
Doesn't look like it. And shamefully, I was faster than him in the practice session we were in.
Oh, that's shocking.
Yes. Oh, that's a nice car, the visible one
Yeah,
that's
I
now
just think
invisible.
that, yeah.
Oh, there's all sorts of
hello.
door banging going on here. That was Lane O'Connor and
That's
Oscari, I
Oscari
think.
again.
Yeah. There's a couple of ETS cars knocking about in there. Marco Lower and
Marcus Blitz.
yeah, sorry, yeah. So Wayne Sanderson's still trying to get on terms with Brian Borg. You got to be so patient through some of these turns. That one in particular, it's very, very greasy, that corner. If you're in, you almost need to upshift in order to remove the chance of wheel spin.
Yeah, you got to kind of keep your torque low. That's exactly right.
Yeah.
If you're a marshal, that's a fun corner to work to, let me tell you. You can reach out and give the guy a coffee when he goes by there. I'm not kidding you, they're close there, wow.
Yeah, Gary Craig, after his little excursion down pit lane before, is now in 19th, so he's picked up some positions. Oh, that's not good.
That was a little optimistic there, Ascari.
Yeah, Ascari's been in a few of these scraps, hasn't he?
Yes.
And Marcus isn't very happy about the attentions that Ascari paid his car. That's because he bulleted him, didn't he?
Yeah, that was silly.
Yeah.
It really wasn't.
Across the grass. It wasn't even,
No.
Taking the
on
corner, no.
curb, was it?
Yeah,
There
no,
was
not
no
even nearly.
There was no
He-
chance of making that one.
He'd need binoculars to see the curb on that one.
Oh, you got somebody on the back too who's De Winter. Devantier, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Sam Devantier.
And he kept going.
And I've just realised that Gary Craig's back into his starting position now, so it's forward momentum from here for him. Andrew Hoffman is our biggest mover in the race so far. He's picked up 5 places.
Good for him.
Yeah, it's a really good result.
Now, why is Marcus Blitz between...
Andrew Hoffman and Mike Frost,
Wait a minute.
because he got taken out by Oskari Rinner.
Oh, okay.
That Sam, can we have a look at Paul Bird? I think that might be the paint scheme that we got. No, it's not. Definitely not. What was that? Who's in the car that we really liked then? Christoph?
Oh, in the visible car?
Yeah.
Don't know, to be perfectly honest with you. Nope, not that one.
It's not Christoph.
Mark.
Nah,
There we go.
it is
Damien Machado. Now, you can only see it for short periods of time, though. Because, ironically, he goes invisible, like that, and like that.
That's why it says visible on the side.
I'm pretty sure it is, yeah.
Do you think it says invisible when it disappears? We don't.
Yeah.
We'll never know, will we?
Yeah, but we'll never see
We'll
it.
never know. Oh, look
So,
away, Clyde. Feet. Look away, Clyde.
And Woodward putting some pressure on Mike Frost.
Yep.
Gary Craig's only just off the back of this little trio.
Not
and
very
far
away,
no
no.
bonnet.
I think Marcus Bletz has got some serious right-hand side damage from that.
Oh, I think he almost lost
Oh,
it.
Mike.
Oh, and Mike really
Mike
did just then.
almost lost it.
Yeah.
That might gift a position to Gary.
Yeah, he's going to pick up some here with everybody else's antics. This is Andrew Hoffman. What's he done?
Oh, the lady is he in first? What's going on? He jumped in first. I don't know what's going on.
It shows him in first. You're right.
Yeah, that's definitely a glitch.
Just get
That is
out of here. Get out of here.
That is the mother of all glitches.
He's
Wow.
taken a shortcut somewhere.
That's
My
ridiculous.
My goodness.
Oh dear. If he can win this, it'll be brilliant.
And he's ahead of Marco Nermella by 12 seconds.
That's splendid.
Come on.
Oh dear.
Well, we can honestly say it's got nothing to do with Backfire Simsport.
So even Stacey thinks she's entered the twilight zone.
Yeah.
Really?
Do not adjust your sets, folks.
So we have absolutely no idea what is going on and why Hoff is first.
No, but this is potential for blue on blue right here.
Certainly is.
These are both asymmetric cars, but they are in different colours. That's just how they work their teams.
I think they race each other hard but fair.
Oh yeah, we see it in the GT4 league, don't we?
So you've got Abdul on the inset at the moment, who's
Yeah,
the lead car of these two.
AAA at the controls.
He's a funny guy, actually, isn't he? You see some
Yeah,
of
he
his,
He is, yeah.
his messages are hilarious.
Yes, he's a funny guy.
Right, so I'm now showing Hoffman in the pits.
Which he is. Oh,
Sort of. So Hoffman pits from the lead, maybe.
yeah. Oh,
An 18-point turn in the
yeah.
pit lane.
That's handy. And then just burns his car out. Excellent. Wayne Sanderson looked like he was on fire then.
Yeah,
What,
he
don't know what
was
was going on.
That was
on
something,
there,
wasn't
wasn't
it?
he?
Yeah.
He's putting some serious pressure on Brian Borg, though.
Like a sodium fire or something. I couldn't figure out what that was.
Yeah. Elvis says it's a Gary pit. I think that one might eclipse Gary's.
He didn't go backwards far enough.
No.
There's Stuart Dick at the controls, too.
I always think it's funny when people are wearing VR and they're looking beyond the perimeter of the screen that is also there.
Yeah, I know it.
Amazingly, Andrew Hoffman is now in 22nd.
Long pit stop, huh?
Yeah, and through insider knowledge, the very earliest you can pit in this race is lap 11. So I don't know what's going on here.
What the heck happened to him? He was just sitting there.
Perhaps he got a nosebleed from being first.
Well, he's clearly changed the laws of physics in order to get in first position. And he was there for a while,
and
so I don't
Woodward's
think it
changed
was
the
SGK.
physics on his Ford.
Yes, he has. That's badly misshapen. Oh my word, that's worse when you see
Is
it
it?
from the side. That's proper caved in. How's he done that?
Maybe through time travel he got damaged
Yeah.
to the front. Mr. Deventier and Vincent Skillback coming into turn 1 together.
Yep.
So leaders are on lap 10 of 29.
Right, so we can see any undercuts on, not on this lap, but on the next lap. Oh no, on this lap, because the leaders are on lap 12.
Marco's
What?
only got a...
Leaders are on lap. What?
In which race, Pete? Because
I don't know.
I don't think you're in the same race
You
as
must
we
be.
are.
Are you talking about Hoffman?
Oh no, I'm
He's
reading
on
the
lap
wrong.
19 now.
Good
Yeah.
one.
No, I'm reading the wrong stat. Don't worry. It is lap 10. So we'll see the first pit stops. If they're going to do an undercut or an attempt at one next lap.
So Wayne has got past Brian Borg.
Brian Borg is really close.
And wants that position back.
Didn't
Yes.
see where that happened.
I think it was on the entry to the oval.
It's coming down the front straight, isn't it? Yeah, start finish line. Turn 1. Ooh. Maybe he's got
Ooh, sideways there from Brian.
little
That's where it
lockup.
all
Yep.
went wrong.
Yeah.
And you're right, Clyde. Tony Klusterman's checking out from these two at least. And he's not letting Marco Namela go unless Marco's managing that lead.
Well, it's stretched from 1 to 2 seconds. He was like a second a few laps ago, but now he's down to 2 seconds behind. So, but he's still not far away, really.
Yeah. Good morning to Matthew Borton on the chat.
Somebody told you to put the drink down, Pete.
It's Elvis. He doesn't know me at all, does he?
No.
That's a massive run, and he's is that fuel saving or just not wanting to crash?
Well, I don't know. Chris Jackson, I don't know if you see it earlier in the chat,
Yep.
said that Brian Borg is twice the fuel saver that Mike Taliancic is.
All right. And a hell of a tennis player. Marco
Right,
Niemela
Marco Niemela's in the pits.
on lap 11 as predicted.
You're so smart, Pete.
My inside information person is very smart.
Ah, okay.
I regurgitate previously advised information.
This is quite a battle between Wayne Sanderson and Brian Borg.
Yeah, I think Brian's getting a bit ragged.
Yeah, he may have cooked his rear tyres, and in trying to stay with Wayne, he's continuing to keep the heat in them, which is never good. It takes a long time to cool the tyres down on this car.
So, Stewart and Triple A have been in as well.
Yep, Lane O'Connor has been in. He's making no attempt to overtake Wayne, so he's on fuel save. But I didn't think fuel saving did you any good when it was only a one-stop race. Unless it's to shorten your pit stop slightly.
That's what we say, don't we? We say it every week. The only benefit is you end up putting less fuel in the stop.
I think he's going to try to pass this time. He's really close.
Oh, no.
Wayne's going in the pits. Okay.
Oh, and so is Brian.
Look at this.
Brian's running in the pits.
Whoa.
Was anybody speeding there, do you think?
I don't know. Brian had all four locked up, but then released them, so I think he just got down to speed. Just.
So we'll look at this.
Wayne went early.
He did, and he's taken the karting line, or whatever you call that. I think Wayne was down to speed. I'm not sure that Brian was.
I believe it's the second line that is the timing line now that you see there. He's got one way out, and then there's another one that's got the... There's right there. He might have been okay. Pretty
Done
close.
it, hasn't he? I think he's done that.
He's out. He's beat Wayne out, too.
He has, and he's a lot closer to Tony.
There's Tony right up the road, too. They must have been watching Tony.
Well, yeah, obviously Tony's seen Marco go in, and he knows what the undercut does by now.
And the undercut has done it again. So Marco is, what's that, 3 seconds? No, 5 seconds ahead of Tony now.
Yeah.
We've got the pit stop time up on screen for the broadcast at least. So pretty much all the same time. Except
Brian.
Yeah, which is 21.3, which is almost 2 seconds faster than Marco, and more than 2 seconds faster than Tony.
So I wonder if Brian's managed to save enough fuel to reduce it to that, or is planning on saving more in this stint.
Yeah, I was going to say it might be that he knows that he can save some more.
Yeah. Another Michael Taliancic solar-powered car, then.
Yeah, he's he's going to drag up to Tony, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tony's right up the street from him a little bit.
You've lost Mike Frost by the looks of it as well.
Nah.
Well, he was on lead lap, which is odd.
He might have had an internet issue or something. Living in the hills of Kentucky, they don't know what internet is up there.
There's that visible car again of Jamie Machado chasing down Gary Craig, who, all right, he hasn't pitted yet, but he's doing all right.
He moved over nicely to let Machado.
Damage doesn't seem to be affecting him too much, does it?
No. It's not going to be helping at all, though. No rear wing, no boot.
Lightweight car.
Yeah, no downforce at all. He's let AAA go there. And in this car, if you've got damage like that, you want to run it as long as you can, don't you? Because even though it's not meatballed, you can still end up with some massive amounts of required repairs when you get in the pit.
Well, yeah, I always work on the, if it feels all right, just keep going.
Yeah.
If it's trying to kill you on every corner, then obviously you need to get something done about it.
Can someone tell Mark Oliver that he's racing in a Ford, not an Holden?
Yeah, that is one confused car, isn't it?
That's brilliant. What has Marcus Blett's got on his? Nothing. That's funny.
Looks like the Holden Lion though on this quarter panel there, or his wing.
We'll have another look at Marcus's car in a sec. Thankfully, they got Backfire Simsport on the rear wings. That's all that matters.
Can't see that.
Multi 21 there.
The side's all damaged. You can't hard to tell.
So it's Vincent just come out of the pits, I think.
Yep.
We've got only two people that has not pitted yet, which is the actual leader, Mark Duggan, and Christoph Liedke.
Yeah, they're obviously stretching it out as long as they can. Trying to get the shortest pit stop that they can.
Yeah, I think Brian Borg is right up Tony's chuff now.
Yes, he is, and it's not going to be long before he puts a move on him. He's obviously caught him in the slipstream there, hasn't he? So it'll be interesting to see if he's got the skills to do the twisty bits.
It'd be interesting, is he trying to save a bit of fuel behind Tony? If Wayne catches up as well, he's going to have to try and find a way past Tony.
Yeah, because Marcus has pulled out another second since we spoke about him last. I mean, this is definitely on, but if he's going to run the patient race, then we're better off watching this rabble here. Ben Cullen at the back of it.
Yeah, he's not going to finish with a clean car tonight. Paul Bird there taking the central option and getting out of the way. I think he must have been away from iRacing for about 18 months or so.
All right. He was painting lots of cars the last time I saw.
Was he?
No, it wasn't. It was the other one that
That's
was painting
Jason.
cars. Jason, yeah.
And in his cupboard.
Yeah, under the stairs.
Yeah.
Harry Potter's room.
Yeah. But we used to race with Paul a lot, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We used to race Delaras with him and HPDs and stuff.
I'm sure
See
Brian
him
is
back.
saving fuel. He just stay behind don't try to put a move on him.
But does it benefit him to do that now, though? Well, I suppose if he's short pitted, then yeah.
Yeah,
he
he might have to do it. He might not have enough fuel to get to the end, so
Yeah.
it might be forced on him.
I mean, it might be a great tactic because if he only has to lead for the last little bit of the lap, doesn't he, over Tony to get second place?
Yeah, but this is definitely going to invite Wayne to the party.
What we got? Nearly 3 seconds back to Wayne. I mean, he's going to get some unbelievable drag down here. Look at the way that he just hauls the car right up to the back of Tony's car. Take as much curb as you can through these. Get on the gas when it's safe to, I find. And then it's just all out, raw power, all the way down here. Stay in the slipstream as long as you can. Hug that double yellow tram line that you shouldn't really cross in the oval races. Tony's gone right to the wall there.
Look at the closing. Wow.
Yeah, right on him, and
he's
Sam is
saving.
absolutely right, saving fuel. This is the VTS battle further back.
Yeah, they've been running together for a little while now, haven't they? So
Yeah.
Mark Duggan has pitted from the lead. Don't know how far that's going to drop him down.
I don't know that Brian Borg hasn't figured out that he's just got enough fuel now or something, because he was alongside Tony in International Horseshoe. He's not doing the same thing at West Hun Horseshoe here.
So Mark came out in 11th.
Quite a long way to drop, isn't it? And he's 3 places down from where he started, so I'm not sure that worked out for Mark Duggan. Lane O'Connor, however, has been stealthing his way slowly forward. Have you seen?
I was just going to say he's in the top 10.
Yeah.
Staying out of trouble, staying away from people. Good tactic.
And meanwhile, Marco Namela leads by a whopping 6.8 seconds, and that is a huge gap. Tony behind is still under masses of pressure, but I don't think we'll see Brian Borg make a move until the very last lap.
Is Wayne catching them, though?
Oh,
However,
he's gone by him.
He has, yeah. Just
Turn
to prove
one.
me wrong. Clearly listening.
That's okay. It's 10 laps to go. Maybe he's all right now. You never know.
Yeah.
I was about to say the same, Bill. Maybe he saved us enough fuel.
Yep.
No, Wayne sitting behind these two wants Tony to get side by side with him.
Definitely.
Wayne's got some big damage on the side of his car.
I don't remember him crashing
I don't
anywhere.
remember Wayne getting into anything.
Me either.
Oh, that is a big
look at that.
thing.
Wow.
I don't see any damage on Tony or Brian's car, so it must be somebody else.
Well, you can take your pick out of this lot.
Yeah, they've all got damage. Tom Devantier lining up Lane O'Connor for a pass.
So we're about to start lap 20.
What's that, 10 laps to go?
Yep.
Sam Devantier has finished his pass of Lane O'Connor in the 9th place. And behind them is Mr. Duggan. I don't know his first name, sorry.
Mark.
Mark, okay, Mark Duggan. Who was leading? He was the last one of the last ones to pit. Locked up tires from Sam Devantier. Pete, I caught it. I caught your disease, damn it.
So we've only lost 2 drivers so far from the original 24. That was Nikolai Bogotyrev, who had a technical issue before the start and didn't take the start, and then Mike Frost, who we didn't actually see what happened to him. Ben Cullen, Paul Bird, Andrew Hoffman, Sebastian Detweiler are all currently a lap down. Everybody else on the lead lap.
What we got going on here?
Here's Mike Frost.
Is this
Way
what
too
happened to
fast.
Mike?
Whoa, baby.
He didn't hit anything.
Strange.
Yeah, very. I don't know what's going on there at all.
No.
By the way, nighttime racing at Daytona International Speedway is brighter than actual daytime. It is.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable, the lighting there.
That's funny.
Mark Duggan's closing in on the back of Lane O'Connor at the moment.
Yeah, he's going to have a lot fresher tyres, isn't he? 6 laps newer tyres.
Little lock up there. I'm not sure if that was Lane. Might have been the car ahead of him.
No, I think that was Sam's car that was doing
Yeah,
that.
me too.
From Devantier.
I think Wayne is taking some time out of Tony.
Yeah, he's getting closer. I think a lot of the problem is he lost the draft. He has nobody to draft with, really.
Yeah, and Brian's dropping Tony ever so slightly each lap.
Yeah, Tony's got no draft, has he, at the moment? So
I don't think so, no. You have to be within about a second. That was Sebastian Detweiler getting out of the way.
you can see it's a visually closer now. That's going to turn into a battle.
Yeah, just catching him, isn't he?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
it's almost down to a second now.
He has about 7 seconds to get by him, so he's got to work.
Oddly, Tony's last lap was a full second slower than everybody around him. So maybe that's to do with it, Clyde.
Yeah, I don't know if he got held up by that traffic, maybe?
Quite possible. Mark Duggan giving Lane some attention he really doesn't want.
Yeah, this is for the final place in the top 10. I think Mark's going to have a dig here. No.
Nope. Sensible option.
Very, very close, though.
Yeah, very. And plenty of opportunity.
Oh,
Lane's letting him go.
Now.
Lane's decided it's better to finish than to contest a position and potentially crash.
Not a bad idea.
Yep.
Something we should follow, you and me, Pete.
Yeah, definitely. I haven't got a clue. I don't get this far. Elvis is saying it's going to be a good few last laps.
Yeah,
it really is.
This is on now.
It is. Wayne's caught Tony absolutely.
Wow.
Last laps were half a second different. Oh, that was a big wiggle from Wayne.
Yeah, a bit of a twitch there.
Getting a bit overexcited on the go pedal. Short shifted, yep. Get as much drive as you can out of there.
And just to answer Stacey, the less feet we see, the better. Thank you. Tony was really slow there.
He let off on the throttle, I'll tell you, definitely.
It'd be interesting to see if he did on his in-car.
Is Tony short on fuel?
Here we go.
He's on the brake there.
Fight there, was there? He short shifted out of the bus stop. Oh, what was that?
This may have been where Wayne caught that big chunk of time from Tony. Look.
Right.
No, that was Ben Cullen. I'm just trying to find the point where Tony was slow and why he's letting by.
Okay.
Basically, there should be this lap.
Everything looks darn good to me so far.
Well, he's purposefully come off the line, hasn't he?
Yeah, strange one.
I don't get it.
No, me neither.
I can't see anything in the pit stop times that suggests that he's short fueled.
Oh, Ben. Oh, good catch. It's going to be a shame to take his 50 quid off him for the charity.
Yeah, I think he's really saving fuel.
Yeah, Chris thinks he's definitely saving, or he's got damage.
Well, the thing is, he's going to have Jamie Machado all over him very shortly.
Yeah, Jamie's made his way stealthily forward slowly. Oh. Was that a nudge?
I think
Couldn't really
maybe.
tell. He was extraordinarily close. mean, Oscari, if I can read his name correctly, he's definitely got some overspeed over Vincent, hasn't he?
Yeah, he really charges into a corner hard.
Yeah, Chris may have just hit the nail on the head. Tony might just be running more wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that could be.
But you can see Invisible Jamie.
Now he's on the back of him.
Whoa.
That was very wild, wasn't it?
He wanted to use all the road that
That
time.
was exuberant.
This is Oscari on Vincent. And it looks to me... Oh, maybe not. Too wide going into turn 1. And he's had to give best to Vincent there. A bit of wheel spin from Oscari.
Well, they didn't touch. They got through there cleanly.
Absolutely right.
Sam Devantier putting the pressure on Adam Wright.
Adam Wright currently in 8th.
I'm just
Sam
going to go and get
Devantier
some...
wants it.
Gonna go and get some water before the interviews. Won't be a sec.
Cheers. And Sam Devantier gets by Adam Wright going into the bus stop. Moves him up to, let's see, what is that? 8th place. It looks like Tony's caught Wayne Sanderson again.
I think Tony can stay with him because of the draft.
Ah, okay.
And I think I just see... Did I just see somebody travelling through? Yeah, I thought I did. Andrew Hoffman. Thought I see somebody on the grass there.
This battle continues between Gilbach and
Lane
Azar.
O'Connor's in the pits again.
What happened? Maybe short on fuel or something. Three laps to go. What a shame. It appears he's coming back out again. He dropped a few places, though, doing that.
Yeah. Like I say, it must have been a fuel thing.
Could be.
Only forcing Jamie out wide into turn 1. Jamie's thought better of it.
Yeah, so Tony does look like he's either got a fuel issue or a damage issue, doesn't he?
I think it's wing.
He might not have enough top speed or something.
I think Wayne went past him because Wayne's car is trimmed out.
Wow, Tony went wide.
Tony's got wing on. And as Tony didn't have any toe, it made it look really easy for Wayne. But since he's had Wayne's toe, he's been keeping up.
But he didn't drop that much time to Marco or Brian in the first stages of the race. It seems to be recent.
Oh, Tony's hanging tough here. Oh, side by side.
Yeah, I bet they're both loving this.
There's no visible damage on his car.
There's not, no. I don't know, I'm grasping at straws.
Yeah, look at that. When he gets out where he has to have top speed, he doesn't seem to have much. Like Machado blew right by him then just then. Where Tony held him up excellent in the interior part of the track.
Okay, so the leader has started the final lap.
And the Ascari Vincent saga continues. You're almost at a massive disadvantage being in the lead, aren't you, when it's this close?
Because you know, even if the car behind you isn't that close, there's going to be a death and destruction move on the last lap.
Yeah, no kidding.
Absolute massive send.
Yeah.
Straight into wherever, really.
Vincent's got him on the brakes, hasn't he, into turn one
Certainly
every
does.
time.
Yeah, but Ascari only has to be brave once. Although that's the end of that, isn't it? Because this is their last lap, right?
I think he's already been brave more than once.
Right. This is Marco into the bus stop for the last time. And out of it again.
He must be bored, you know what?
Well, he's
Just
what's
running
that, 8
around.
seconds? Yeah, 8 seconds on his own.
Yeah, he would be better in the booth with us, I'm sure.
Yeah. Who needs iRating? Flashy lighty from
Flashing
Marco.
light, yep.
Are we claiming this
Another
victory as well?
victory.
Yeah, most definitely.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Excellent. Yeah,
Good.
another BSTV victory.
Well done,
Right,
Marco.
so what's going to happen with these two here? This is the next closest battle.
Full send.
You reckon?
Yeah.
So Vincent's hugging that inside line and forcing Ascari to the outside. What is going to go on here? Might end up in tears, folks.
Whoa.
No, he's backed out.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's
That
done.
was his chance.
He might. I don't know if he got a slowdown or not. That looked like one, actually.
On the chat, acknowledging the excellent racing with Vincent. Always good to hear.
Yeah. Benson Skillback comes home in 11th place. And Ascari Rennie comes in 12th. Rennie. Yeah. Ant Woodward in 15th. Marco Lewert 14th. Where's Marco? Oh, there he goes. Okay. Yep. Wow. Boy, that went quick.
It certainly did, didn't it?
Yeah.
That was one of the most engaging ones I've seen, I think.
Yeah, I think that is the beauty. You know, some people don't like this track, but
Oh no, I like this. This is
it
good.
certainly gives close racing.
Yeah, it does. And contrary to what a lot of people believe, it's not an easy track either.
No, definitely not. Okay, so let's run you through your official finishing order. So Marco Namela brings home the win. Brian Borg in second, and Wayne Sanderson on the third step of the podium. Jamie Machado in fourth, Tony Klusterman fifth. AAA in 6th, Stuart Dick 7th, Sam Devantier 8th, Adam Wright 9th, Mark Duggan 10th, Vincent Skilbeck in 11th, Oskari Rin in 12th, Marcus Blitz 13th, Marco Lewert in 14th, and Woodward in 15th, Lane O'Connor 16th, Gary Craig 17th. They were the cars on the lead lap. 18th and a lap down was Christoph Liedke. Ben Cullen a lap down in 19th, Paul Bird a lap down in 20th, Andrew Hoffman 21st, 2 laps down. Sam Detweiler was our final finisher, 3 laps down in 22nd. Mike Frost disconnected and finished 23rd, and Nikolai Bogotyrev didn't take the start. So, fantastic race, guys. Let me get back on Discord and we'll see if we've got anybody waiting for an interview yet. And obviously, yes, we have. So, let's bring our race winner in for you, Pete, our BSTV stroke racecraft esports driver, Kimi Räikkönen.
Good evening, Kimmy. How you doing?
Bruh, yeah.
That's class. Oh dear, that's good. So, you won by quite a margin in the end. Tony and Brian didn't let you go necessarily right at the start. They stayed with you for quite a while, and then you pitted a lap early and seemed to gain quite a lot of advantage from doing that.
Yeah, the undercut is pretty huge in this track. The tire wear is just crazy. I burned my tires on lap 1 and I was struggling. I thought even dropping behind Tony and save fuel, but
Wow.
I think he was making mistakes too, so I just kept going.
Yeah, we didn't understand, but we'll find out very shortly what happened with Tony and his tires or his damage or whatever it was that was ailing him and forcing him to drop positions. But you didn't have that at all. You managed the race very well. You stayed clean of damage. You stayed out of all the action that was going on behind you, which is brilliant. Was there another racecraft car in the field? There was another one that was liveried up with racecraft written on it, but it didn't look like yours.
No, there was no RKE car.
Who was that, Clyde? Do you remember?
That was it Brian Borg?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Brian Borg's car is liveried up with racecraft.
I think that's their sponsor. Like so.
Oh, right, okay. Right, no, fair enough. So, anyway, thought I'd better clear that up as we went through. You dashed off into the distance in the end. Any standout moments for you?
The lapped car spinning into the tire, the turn 1 tires, like the inside. And yeah, I think like every lap I was scared of the last stop because I went in sideways and came out of sideways, so it was pretty difficult. So yeah.
Well, that's just racing around Daytona Road, really,
Sure,
isn't
that's
it?
the way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, totally right. If it's not flying by the seat of your pants round here, then I don't think you're doing it quite right in a V8. Did you find that the track was as slippy as I found it in the practice session I was in?
Yeah, it was a really slippery, but I don't know. Is it the tire wear setup or something? But it was extremely like high tire wear, or it just got really slippery quickly.
Right. Okay. So we're obviously claiming this as a BSTV victory as well as you claiming it for a racecraft. Anybody else you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go and get even more drunk than you already are?
Yeah, you guys, league sponsor Race Tech, the GT3 League, VRA, all that stuff, and all the drivers. Yeah, thanks.
Excellent work, and congratulations, our race winner, Kimi Räikkönen.
Who, just to prove it, didn't say a word. Okay, so let's bring in our second place finisher and somebody we've not spoken to before because we've not seen him race before. Brian Borg, welcome to the booth.
Yeah, how are you guys?
Yeah, we're good. Glad to see you're still awake. That was a hell of a race from you. Lots and lots of action. First off, you had a real big battle with Wayne Sanderson, but managed to drop him on the pit stop.
I decided to do a fuel save in the first stint, just because I lost that touch with the leaders. So I just decided to fuel save. That was with the battle with Wayne, but yeah, in the pit stop, just got out and decided just to stick behind Tony for a couple of laps just to gap the person behind, and then yeah, I just made my move and yeah.
Yeah, we was trying to work out in the race because you closed in on Tony fairly quickly, and then like you say, you sat behind him for 2 or 3 laps, and we was wondering whether you was still slightly short on fuel. Maybe you'd underfueled in the pit stop, and then all of a sudden, as usual, Pete said, "Yeah, he's definitely fuel saving. He's not going to go past till the last lap." And literally, the next corner, you went past Tony, and I wouldn't say you disappeared into the distance because when we need to speak to Tony, we think he was running a lot of wing. Because he seemed to have no straight line speed unless he had somebody else's toe. But it was some fantastic battles from you. I take it you've raced a lot of these guys before.
I've raced Tony and some other guys in the Americas race, but yeah, I decided to wake up out of bed early this morning and said, yeah, why not? Let's get on the sim.
Excellent. Well, we hope we see you again because we've thoroughly enjoyed watching you race. Any other standout moments for you in that race?
There was look. The standout is obviously racing against good people. And when you can have the trust with the people you're racing against, it sort of makes sim racing a lot easier and a lot better. There was back markers, but they tried their best to get out of the way. You just got to take your time with overtaking them. But yeah, that pit lane, I reckon that was a standout where we came side by side in pit lane.
Yeah, we actually wondered whether you'd got it slowed down or not because you did have all 4 wheels locked up to the line.
Practice, practice, practice.
Yeah, you'll never be able to do that again.
Yep.
Excellent. Well, thanks for joining us in the booth. Like I say, it's been a pleasure watching you race. Any shout outs before we let you go?
Yeah, just to Racecraft Simulations and all the sponsors that are on my car. To the team who's not here, obviously we're Australians and they're probably still sleeping, being youngies and all that stuff. So, big shout out to you guys for the broadcast and what you guys do. Yeah, thank you guys.
Excellent. Well, we hope you take the time to get out of bed early again and join us again on a Friday evening. Second place finisher, Brian Borg.
Yeah, I like to just say well done to Marco, man. He drove really well. That was an outstanding performance by him.
The guy is an animal, believe me.
It's on contest now.
Excellent. Right. Well, so that was our second place finisher, Brian Borg. Okay, next up for you, Pete. Let's get in Wayne Sanderson.
Good evening, Wayne. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. How are you guys?
Pretty good, actually. We've just been fully entertained by the race that you were in, obviously. You had some really good close battles. You qualified well. You qualified in the place you finished, I think, but I stand to be corrected about that. You had some very, very competitive racing with Tony. You had the same with Brian. I'm not sure how much Jamie Machado got onto you. I don't think he did in the end. But you seem to have a very, very low downforce car. Did you have a Rizzler for a rear wing?
No, I wasn't doing a Tyler wing, that's for sure. But,
Yeah.
no, I mean it wasn't full wing, obviously, but it was pretty conservative, I thought.
Yeah, you seem to have a lot of pace down the oval sections, and pretty handy in the corners, but not nearly as twitchy as certain other drivers going through the tighter sections. How did you feel your car was set up and handled in the end?
Yeah, it was okay actually. I was a bit worried about the tires going off. Always feels really good on that first couple of laps out of the pits, and then drops off really quickly around here. But no, they held on pretty well actually. But I thought I might have lost a little bit of top line speed in the second stint because I did clout the wall coming off the chicane on the back straight. And
there we go, Clyde. That's how he got that.
Right, yeah. We did notice it, but we didn't know, obviously, where it had come from, so...
Yeah, I think it was a 0X, but I could definitely see the corner of the bonnet.
Yeah, it certainly ruined the paint.
Yeah.
Yeah. And those 0X things in iRacing now, they're a bit deceiving, aren't they? Because they can be absolutely horrific. Even though you didn't pick up like a 2X for contact or whatever, they can be sometimes race-ending moments, funnily enough. But yeah, very exciting racing, very competitive as always. Your capability has stepped up massively in the last 2 seasons, don't you think?
I've been getting there, I guess. I mean, I always get put in my box when I see Marco out in front and can't even get close to him. But no, I guess it's just this is the only car I'd spend any time in at all. So I think that helps. This is all I ever get around to practicing. And I think if I stick with one car, I tend to improve in it reasonably well.
Definitely shown in this one. Brian Borg, have you raced against him previously?
No, never. No, that was a really, really good race. Actually, I think I was car 6 tonight, so I was wondering who the other drivers were that were making up the low numbers, and I'm assuming he was one of them because it was a really good battle. I was a bit disappointed that he got the jump on me out of the pits. I thought I overfueled, but I'm glad I didn't fuel any less because I literally was running out of fuel as I crossed the line.
It's 2 seconds slower than everybody. 2 seconds less in the pits than everybody. But he was fuel saving massively behind other people. So that's where he'll have saved a lot of that time. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to?
You guys, obviously, Backfire for the broadcast as always. The XVR team, Simmortal, and the Virtual Racing Association.
Brilliant stuff, and congratulations on 3rd place on the podium, Wayne Sanderson.
Thanks very much.
Okay, so next up we've got 5th place finisher Tony Kloosterman. Welcome to the booth.
You caught me mid-sentence there, Clyde.
Excellent. we do try and time it perfectly. It probably isn't, but it seems like it's ages since we've spoken to you in the booth. The burning question from our end was, did you have damage? Was you fuel saving, or was it aerodynamics towards the end of that race? Because people seem to be driving past you.
All of it. Entering pit lane, I actually just touched pit wall, so I don't know if that affected me or not. I short filled by about 1 gallon, 1 lap actually. With 10 to go, I was short 1 lap completely. So obviously I was just pedaling down the straights, trying to get somebody's draft when I could, and I ended up running out at the line at the very end.
So perfect amount of fuel then. Yeah, we see Wayne sort of drive past you like he was going backwards, and then you had I was going to say a battle with Brian, but Brian was fuel saving as well. Excuse me, still dying. That's better. But in the end, against Brian Borg, resistance was futile.
Nice.
Yeah, well, I didn't put up much of a battle. In fact, I was saying to Brian, I took the upper line going to the start-finish line about 3 laps in a row to let him by, as I actually wanted somebody in front of me to try and save some fuel. So, anyways, bad calculation on my part, and shame on me because I did the same thing last night in the official as well.
Right, yeah, because obviously we had Chris on the chat reminding us how not very good at using your fuel, or sorry, very good at using up your fuel quicker than everybody else. Is there anything in that you can work on, or do you think that's a Chris myth?
No, it's, although I'm surprised that Chris knows what he's talking about, considering I haven't raced this car in a long time.
Well, yeah, there is that, and yeah, we've seen him in a couple of races, but we still think that was Mary racing. So, any other standout moments for you, Tony?
I thought I nailed the qualifying lap, but apparently Marco was on a different planet. He must have taken a shortcut or something. That was a personal best for me, and for him to take out 0.6 kind of deflated me. I thought we had a good battle for the first 7 or 8 laps. I probably used quite a bit more fuel there than I expected to, but yeah, it was fun. It was considering, as you well know, I'm not a fan of this track.
No, that's right. But we're starting to get some very good drivers in this Friday night race now. A lot of the Aussie New Zealand guys are getting up at silly o'clock in the morning to take part. So it's looking good. Anytime you finish in the top 5 on a Friday night now, you've earned it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I've raced with Brian Borg a number of times before, and Sam Devantier, and they're great racers, and it's always a pleasure to race with them. It's a lot of fun.
Excellent. Well, before we let you go, anyone you want to give a shout out to?
Most of my teammates, Never Quit Racing, Simability, Race Tech for sponsoring our main league. If anybody's looking for leagues every other Saturday, that's one for you. And thanks for doing the broadcast, guys.
Excellent. Well, always a pleasure talking to you, Tony, and we'll see you tomorrow night.
Yep. Take care.
Thanks a lot. Okay, Pete, last but not least, let's bring in our 8th place finisher and somebody else that's up at silly o'clock in the morning, Sam Devantier.
Yeah, good evening, Sam, or good morning, Sam.
Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. What time have you got over there?
7:40.
No way.
Yep.
Anyway, there's not 2 740s in 24 hours. So you, I think you qualified about 12th. You finished 8th. You were in an awful lot of action on screen.
Yes.
Getting bumped about some of the time, actually, by other drivers. Generally, we see you very, very clean, very, very competitive. And no different today. You've done a fantastic job of bringing your car home well into the top 10 in 8th place. What standout moments do you remember from that?
Probably turn 1, lap 4. I was on the outside on the high line, minding my own business, and then
saw this one. Yeah.
Vincent decided to stick it in the middle, make a forward, and cause the crash. So
watch the broadcast. Watch the broadcast. There was a full, I reckon. What do you reckon, Clyde? 1.5 foot?
Yeah, it was massive net code.
Yeah, I did see the net code as well.
There was a big gap. Not saying he would have made it, but the net code certainly didn't help that situation.
Yeah.
And whoever it was on the inside, that wasn't you though, was it? You were on the you were kind of
I
on
was
the
on
outside.
Highline.
Yeah.
Highline.
Yeah, whoever it was on the inside got the net code and speared across into Vincent, and then Vincent then took you out, etc., etc., and the rest is history. And then cars melted into one, and there was all sorts of disasters going off. So, watch the broadcast if nothing else. Gets us more views, doesn't it, Clyde? So that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But fantastic race, and you were proper in the thick of it. Any other standout moments other than the infamous net code at turn 1?
Probably not. Just find my way all the back up to the field, because I knew this car was a top 10. Not just saying that I was quick enough, but definitely not a top 5 car. Congrats to the podium, well deserved. Marco, I don't know what he eats for breakfast, but he is an alien, so don't know what he eats.
Yeah, he's
Children.
yeah, children. Yeah, sacrifice his firstborns in order to get that ability. You need to do the same. Yeah, and I did some of the practice session that I think you were in. Or were you in an Aussie server? I can't remember now.
Yes, would have been yesterday. I can't remember.
Yeah. Track super slippy, right?
It is slippery. The tires go like one lap, they're gone. So
Yeah.
it's like Monza pretty much. But
Yeah, totally.
tires.
And I do it in half a lap because I'm terrible. Anybody you'd like to have a shout out to before we let you go?
Probably you guys obviously putting the broadcast on every week. So congrats, guys. It's probably like 9 o'clock your time. So I'm guessing.
You're
And,
guessing
yeah,
wrong.
and obviously-
11:15.
Oh, lovely. So see, my math's not good. And obviously my Twitch page, the Cowboy99, my stream on Twitch. So this was live on Twitch today. So that's about it.
That's good, Clyde. We get to embarrass ourselves on 2 mediums.
Yeah.
Excellent. That's good. Well, thank you very much, Sam Devantier, our 8th place finisher, and very entertaining racing from you it was.
Let's see you guys.
Okay, so that's the interviews done for tonight. I thought that race was fantastic. Said it before. I like any cars around that track. It looks easy. It's not easy. It can be. Marco Namela aside, it can be very, very difficult to get away from people because of the huge toe. And I think on the whole, even for an official race, we did have some absolutely fantastic driving. Couple of iffies, especially at the start. But what did you think of it, Pete?
Yeah, it went very quickly. There was so much going on, it just vanished. I've never known a race go quite so fast, to be honest. We had some fantastic races in tonight. Sometimes when we get the, I'm going to put this in inverted commas, so I'm going to do the action even though you can't see it. New drivers, because they're clearly not new, they can be kind of crashy, if that's an adjective. And they weren't tonight, really. They were fairly clean, although Gary Craig probably doesn't agree with that statement. And the racing was very, very close, very, very competitive. At the front end, Marco Namela checked out massively because he's just not normal. And everybody else had a brilliant competitive race behind him. There's a lot of fuel issues going on, which is always good. Strategy is always fantastic. And it leads to a very exciting race. I thoroughly enjoyed this one.
Yeah, and Bill, Pete's just touched on it on fuel there. It always amazes me that drivers are willing to underfuel the car and then try and save some just to gain that second in the pit stop. It I don't know. In my mind, it's counterintuitive. But what did you think of that race, Bill?
I thought it was great, and I totally agree with you. I guess they're more of a gambler than I am because for sure I'd run out of gas. I mean, no doubt in my mind. But I live under a dark cloud anyway, But anyway, the racing was fantastic. Other than Marco Namella, he's in ridiculous land. I mean, he's so fast, it's unreal. What a wonderful job he does. He's just on the money all the time. And when he tells me that it's slippery and he had trouble, I said, God, he can't have any trouble. He doesn't know what trouble is. Believe me.
Yeah.
And some of the in battles were really good. I mean, again, we had a couple little cheeky things, but come on, we're driving a missile with 600, with wheels on it, trying to control it with them all close together. You're bound to have some come togethers. I mean, and also, we're human. We make mistakes. We think we're better than we are a lot of times, and it shows up with a crash or a come together. So, but I have to agree with you, Clyde. I'm not a big fan of Daytona that much, but I do like the racing here. It's especially the road circuit. I really like it a lot. And as a spectator in real life, I mentioned this before, it's a great track because it's one of the few road tracks you can see the whole thing, which is rare in a road course. So it's really kind of nice. And as you said, it's not an easy place. You can make a lot of mistakes here if you're not careful. You have to drive it like any other road course. You got to use your head and even some strategy. I mean, I'm not a strategist, but it's amazing how Marco knew what lap to come in and that kind of stuff. And he pulled out like a 4 or 5 second lead just by making that pit stop. And then, of course, with his afterburner driving, he gets out there 8 or 9 seconds. So it's well, what can I say? It was an excellent race, and we're glad to have the drivers show up. We're getting good fields from all over the world, which is really nice. So let's keep it going. I really enjoyed it, and I'm glad that everybody came out tonight.
Indeed. And Sam, we can't keep saying, surely, how busy you've been on the cameras. We're going to have to find something else to talk about.
Yeah, it was great racing. I'm going to try to talk about something else than the busy cameraman I am. Yeah, it was great once again. I mean, for an official series, it just amazed me how the drivers can handle it properly and act almost like in a league racing, really, because of course there were some crashes, but overall it was a good race, as always on the Friday night. So thanks guys for the racing. It was really entertaining and looking forward for the next one.
Okay, so that is week 6 over and done and dusted from us. Coming up in the next 7 days on Backfire Simsport TV. Tomorrow we are in V8 action again with the Racetech V8 ESC from the Kota West circuit. So that is tomorrow night. Wednesday, we are back with the TCR's GT4 Challenge from Laguna Seca or WeatherTech Raceway or whatever they're calling it this week.
Exactly.
And then next Friday, we are back with this series. And this is the track that sorts the men from the boys. It's Belle Isle.
Oof.
So that's going to be either awesome, horrible, or a bit of both. So make sure you tune in and don't miss that. Thanks to all the drivers that turned up tonight. As Bill said, the grids are steady now. We are getting some classy drivers turning up on a Friday night. So all is good in the world of V8s. Thanks to everybody that contributes on the chat. We obviously always enjoy that. The Friday night races, we don't really get a chance to have that much banter with you because they're over and done too quickly. But we still appreciate you being on there. Make sure you drop us a like on the video. Make sure you subscribe to us on YouTube. Make sure you join our Facebook page and you'll never miss the action again. Thanks to Bill and Pete and Sam for joining me tonight. I shall say good night and then we'll close the broadcast. So good night, everybody.
Yeah, good night, everybody. See you tomorrow night.
Yeah, good night, everybody. Thanks for coming out, and hopefully you show up tomorrow night.
Yep, thanks for watching, everybody. See you tomorrow.